Hi there, welcome back. So you want to become a cloud engineer? Well, you're going to be working with Docker containers. Then this video is for you. However, if you are using Proxmox and you are running Docker containers in there, then this video is also for you. Dozzle gives you instant access to your Docker logs. From your browser, see containers streaming live. It features fast filtered search capabilities, no database, and yes, it just works. It's light, fast, simple, and the best we have looked at for the last year. The instructions for this video can be found in our blog. Please have a look down below for the link. Enough said, let's get our hands dirty. We are running a Proxmox server, and in there we have an LXC container where we are running our Docker server. So what we need to do is open our Docker server in the terminal. In our case, we will open the console. And let's just move this down. The first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you are logged in as root. So if you're not logged in as root, run the command sudo su-. We are now going to create a Dozzle folder inside our stacks folder, which is inside our OPT folder. Run this command. And now open that folder. We will now create a Docker compose file. The recommended name is compose.yaml, Y-A-M-L. So let's use our favorite editor. At this point in time, we need to go to our instructions. So open our instructions. You are looking for this section here. So click this button here. And now we will edit the file. However, we always test Docker Compose files before we create our video. Let's open the editor. You see, in our case, we've already created the Docker Compose file as we needed to test it. But in your case, you will then paste the content into there. We are not going to do that, as we don't want to break our server. Then you will run these commands, Control S, Control X, and let's clear the screen. At this point in time, you will start the container. However, we do something different in our channel. We do a Docker Compose pull first. And you can see it ran quite quickly because we were testing, so we already had the image. But depending on your bandwidth, it'll take a couple of seconds. Now that we've done that, now we can start this in the detached mode. So you will run Docker Compose up-d. So let's do that. As you can see, it ran faster because we already pulled down the image with the Docker Compose pull. And now go back to our instructions. In this section here, you will use your server IP address :8089. Now the reason we are using this port is because most people use 8080 in their applications, which is fine, but in our server, if we had to do that, we would have port conflicts for all the apps we run. So that's why we changed the port number to 8089. However, we've already created a DNS name for our server, so we will run it in here. And there we are. Now, there are a few things you need to do, so let's go and make changes to the settings. I'm just going to rearrange this. Go to the color scheme here, click this button and select dark if you want dark mode. We'll leave it at auto. Now we've added show stop containers. As you will see over here, we have a container that's not running. This is particularly useful if you're monitoring an infrastructure. You don't only want to see what's running, you want to see what's not running. And there are a lot of other steps you can do here. We put timestamps in. You can soft wrap the lines. If you look here, now you get a long line, but if you do a soft wrap, now you can read more. So leave that like that. We recommend you click this button and buy the developer a beer. He deserves a whiskey, never mind a beer. Give the man a bells. And now click this icon. And now click this to monitor the host. In other words, our LXC container or your Docker server. If you look at the top, it tells you how much memory it's using. There is 8 gig available and it's using 900 meg. That's very light. And CPU-wise, we can see how much it's using. And it gives you a summary of various logs over here. And now you can start looking at individual Docker containers. So let's open this one. So this is a quick way to access the logs. This container has 3 services running. We are able to look at their logs individually as well. Let's click there. And we can look at the logs. As you notice, it stacked them up here. So let's close these. And we have a Docker container that failed to start. This is deliberate. But you can see over here what services are running or what services are not running. And you can look at their logs as well to see why they failed. And then it's got a search facility. So let's search for smoke ping. There we are. And we can look at smoke ping's logs as well. And yet you can see this is probably the most powerful Docker monitoring tool. Please leave us a comment, and also please leave a comment below with comments for the developer. We will pass all your comments on to the developer. We have not reached our target yet. Please like this video. It'll cost you nothing to click the like button, but it'll make a very big difference to our channel. Now we have a tradition in this channel that we greet you in 6 languages. Baie dankie, tot ziens. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. Grazie mille, ami, ciao. Jesus sinaderfe. Indaha barka re. Namaste. Namaskar. Domo arigato, tomodachi. Sayonara.